Welcome to this week's OK at Work with myself, Sarah Sawyer, and my colleague, Russell Berger from the Offit Kurman Labor and Employment Group. And this week we are talking about cryptocurrency and employment. So never, not usually thinking about the two together, but answering the question here or trying to answer the question, can you pay employees in cryptocurrency? So that's something we've seen come up. Is that something that employers should be considering doing, Russell?
Well, it's certainly something to think about. I'm going to start with not yet as my answer as we sit here today recording this. And that's for a couple reasons. There's a federal law, the Fair Labor Standards Act, that talks about how employees are to be paid. There's state analogs of this that talk about receiving compensation free and clear. And there's a whole host of regulations that interpret what that mean, what those laws mean, and frankly, it's just not updated. It's not there. It's not, none of this law and regulation was written in a world where cryptocurrency exists. So there isn't really great guidance as to how that would function, particularly given the fluctuation of cryptocurrency and relative to the dollar, which is, what the law says is the threshold for um, for example, minimum wage or for being exempt from minimum wage. Like those are measured in dollars, not in Bitcoin or anything else. So it'd be hard to transition that without guidance. But it's something that may be uh, an option in the future. And moreover, it's something that could be used as incentive compensation. So, for example, um, employers will provide incentives to the top salespeople, and it could be, a new car or something else tangible, a trip, or something maybe less valuable, but still not dollars. And so, could you use cryptocurrency for something like that? And I tend to think you probably could. I mean, you certainly want to vet it carefully and figure out how you're going to pay taxes on it, and you'd want to work through the entire process, but I think it'd at least be an option when you're talking about some kind of bonus or incentive comp, as opposed to that was agreed upon up front, as opposed to regular salary.
Yeah, I think that feeds into kind of some getting creative with compensation, which we've been talking about incentivizing employees and retaining employees a lot over the last year, just given the market and things. I think this is just another potential creative way to incentivize employees, depending on what incentivizes them, what they might be interested in, whether it might be something that is interesting to the employees that you have. Something else also that we might be seeing is the Department of Labor may be coming out with guidance on crypto funded 401k plans. So that's something that we might see as well, because that's another area that employment and crypto could potentially live in the same worlds right now is in 401k plans. We're seeing, a lot of the big investment houses and stuff starting to have crypto divisions, and it's really starting to become a much bigger thing than it was, just even a year ago or 2 years ago, and becoming more sanctioned by more people. So I think that'll be interesting if we get any guidance from the DOL on that aspect of crypto.
Yeah, and similarly, there's also discussion about, could you pay someone in dollars and then immediately convert it to crypto? So, you issue the payment, but just like a direct deposit, instead of running directly into the person's bank account, it runs into a crypto account. And what does that look like? And I know there was discussion, a player in the NFL, Odell Beckham, purportedly took his compensation in cryptocurrency. And I don't think that means that the team paid him, bought the crypto and then issued it to him. I think it's probably more in what I was mentioning, where it's more of a after an automated process to convert it to crypto before he really takes possession of it. But I think, there's different aspects of that are going to be out there and are going to be evolving, and why they couldn't just pay him the wage and he go out and do it himself is a different question. But it's a gamble too, because you're um, crypto relative to the dollar is fluctuating. It might go up, it might go down. I think in his case, the story I read was that it went down. So he ended up getting paid less than the league minimum, ultimately, because he had already made this arrangement to be paid a certain way. But I think, like you said, Sarah, like there's just going to be more creative, more ideas like that out there. Personally, I just prefer to be paid in dollars, but that's just me.
Yeah, same here, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Thanks, Russell. See you next time.
Thanks, Sarah.